It's Monday. It's crazy. We had to change the day, but the 26th of February. Thank you so much. Usually we meet on the last Tuesday of every month, but we had to change it up because we are leaving tomorrow afternoon for leadership in Nashville. So I appreciate the people who could jump on with us. I know we have a smaller group and that's okay, but I just wanted to make sure that we still had this call and I didn't want to cancel it. So thanks for everyone for joining us. And for those who don't know me, my name is Alicia Matisse. I am a wellness advocate with doTERRA going on almost 12 years now. And we have had some significant, amazing testimonials with MetaPWR. And that's what this call is about. It's just pretty informal. If you want to share your testimony on MetaPWR and how it's changed your life, I'm more than happy to let you share. We have share screen at the bottom where you can share pictures if you would like, or if you want to just unmute, you're more than welcome to do that. If you want to raise your hand either on camera or post it in the comments that you would like to share your testimony, or in the reactions below on the bottom of the screen, you just raise the hand, the little icon, you push the button, and then it shows you on my screen. So that's the easiest way that I know that you're wanting to share. And then Tim is our interpreter. I'm so blessed and thankful that he is part of our community and he is willing to and able to be able to interpret for us. So is there somebody who would like to kick off the night and get us started? Anybody have anything to share? Okay. Well, why we get going? Did somebody say yes? Just making sure. Perfect.
Yeah, give me just a second. And I'm gonna pin him so I can see him better. Anyway, I couldn't find the reaction button. Anyway, so I take the collagen, the soft gels, all of the LOV, everything just works out great. And I've actually went from a size 38 to a 34, right? So I'm very excited about that. And the wife's she's struggling, but she does have a couple questions because some of my customers, I mean, we talk about it later, but about the collagen itself is we've seen a couple issues pop up with bloating and things. We can talk about that later, but MetaPWR is off the chain. So thank you for letting me share. Daddy. And Wanda cannot find, or Swift cannot find that as well, the reactions. You want to talk, Wanda? Okay, let me pin Wanda. Thank you. All right, so MetaPWR has been awesome, and it's really helped me a lot. Been using the product for about 5 months, and my body has went through some changes, let me tell you. So I'm definitely having more energy. Before in the previous months, I was always staying in the hospital, staying overnight, and 2 times I actually almost died, right? So it was just been really frustrating. I get tired very easy and just feel like I have just given up on life. I'm just being honest. That's how I felt. I was just done. But I decided to start a diet first before I was introduced to doTERRA. And luckily I saw Tim and he's got a deaf group set up. And I was like, I was like, well, let me give that a shot, right? So I started drinking the collagen and the MetaPWR System, and I just got more energy as the weeks went by. And then I added in the LOB vitamins, and oh my goodness, right? It's just boom, big changes, and it just has changed my life overall. And I feel free, right? I don't feel like I'm bounded by sickness. In the hospital, I got a picture. It shows a huge difference. It's a 5 months, like a before and after. Until today, 5 months. I have a picture I can show on the, how do I do this? Let's see. Share.
Yeah, so at the bottom, it has share screen. Perfect. You figured it out. Yay. Okay.
Yay. So yeah, that's me. 5 months. Hold on a second. Let me do something here. Let's see if I can make it. Oh, that's the wrong picture. Anyway, that is a decent one. But anyway, so yeah, we can see. Yeah, see. But yeah, anyway, so that's me in 5 months, right? So I mean, I just feel a whole lot better than I have been before. And my husband even says that he has noticed me slim down and getting my shape back because I was over 200 pounds, right? It's just gave me the motivation and it actually gave him the motivation to, to use the products as well. And they can see him as well slimming up. And he has really big improvements with his A1C. So we do get to get his A1C back in the middle of March. So we're looking forward to seeing that, see what the numbers is. Doing that, I think. Well, my bad. Yeah, it's next week. Next week we get to see. So I'm really happy and excited to see that. But I'm so glad I started MetaPWR. It's really just helped me overall. All right. Way to
Wow,
go.
thank you so much. That was amazing testimony. And that's truly how I feel what MetaPWR can do for us all is just it's life changing, right? And I can't agree to that more. So thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Who else wants to share? Anybody? Okay. Well, while we're waiting, I have something to share and I'll share the picture in a minute. But we've talked quite a few times on this call about how we've started to combine, I did PBSS Plus sachets and the MetaPWR Advantage, and how that was really I felt working not only for emotional health, but for gut health and for all of the things. We literally started pouring them together and shaking them together. And I couldn't believe how how much different my gut health was and my emotional health. So I had quite a few people try it, and we kept saying the same thing. We couldn't believe how much more happy we felt. And as Tim and I just got, I don't know, was anybody else on that cruise with us? I'm not sure. Tim and we were able to be on the incentive trip with Emily Wright and doTERRA. And I felt very blessed to be able to be a part of a couple of conversations, but one of them was with Emily Wright. And I told her what we were doing. And I said, there is something to this. Like, I don't know yet because I don't know all the science behind it. I just said, I'm here to tell you several of us are trying it and it's working amazing. And she said, I'm going to try that. And she said, well, why not put the recharge with it? Right. So I don't know if any of you have seen some of her pictures on social media or follow her, but we've just been combining them all. And I love the taste. I love how I feel. And sometimes when we start MetaPWR, or when I started MetaPWR way back when, a year and a half ago or something, it's something like that, I had a lot of energy. And that was the cellular energy coming back after so long of not feeling it. And I noticed recently that I maybe wasn't feeling the volume of energy I used to feel when I first started. And I thought, okay, maybe I need to up my dose of collagen. Maybe I need to shift some things up. But I'm telling you, when I started doing all three of them together, I feel that energy like I first felt when I started MetaPWR. So that's been really cool. Like I said, I don't know all of the things. I just know that how my body is reacting to that. So one of the questions, I think it was Tim, did you say Wanda maybe was her name?
Oh, Burn had a question.
Yeah,
Let me pin him again. Give me a
sure.
second. Okay, come on, Sandy. Yeah, so I'm curious. So the MetaPWR, we all know it has a stevia. Oh, it has yeast and okay, thank you. Yeast and stevia. So my concern is some of the women that I know has tried it and they have a reaction to being bloated, right? So And I feel the same, right? So I'm wondering how we solve that issue. And the second one is the stevia, right? Some people feel like this is the stevia. Stevia is making them eat more hungry, or what have you. So I've done some research on it, but it says that, hey, it can lower blood pressure, it can cause nausea. So some people can't handle stevia; it just makes them nausea. And another side effect could be for bloating and hormonal change as well, or hormone interruptions. My bad. But so I just want to put that out there. What do I say to the women that are experiencing that are having these experiences? It's not common, but it has come up. And have y'all heard of this? And what are y'all's suggestions?
Yes, actually, that's a great question. I'm trying to look right now for and I don't know, Ramana, if do you remember if we have it somewhere? If not, I can go back and find it for you, Tim, to give to her. But there's an explanation of what parts of the stevia are included in our products, because it's not like what people think is like what stevia is in so many other things. It's not that. I just can't find it. As we continue, I'll try to look and see if I can find it, but it's definitely not that. Now, if you are someone who can't handle sugar substitutes, then it could be challenging. Sorry, I was just trying to mute, but I'm not sure that I can. Ramona, I don't know if you can do that. That'd be helpful.
I got it.
Thank you. So somebody who is sensitive to with those sugar substitutes, it could be a trigger for you, right? If it's too sweet, or if it makes you hungry, those sort of things. I think it's important to see how you feel on it. And I don't know, as far as the bloating part of it goes, how long you've been on it. When I first started MetaPWR Advantage, I got very gassy. I was very gassy. But what it was doing was correcting my digestive system in a way that needed to be corrected. And I had no idea. At first, I thought, oh my gosh, why am I so gassy? Why? But I think it's important to talk about, because some people just stop it and think, oh, I can't tolerate it. But eventually that corrects itself and it goes away, and that bloating goes down. And I mean, not only the bloating, but the inflammation piece that causes that bloating, right? So I think it's important, I'm not, or in start in smaller doses, right? So take a half of a packet in some water and then take the other half of the packet later. It's called slow start, so that people who are experiencing those discomfort things can really find a way that's helpful for their system versus hurting their system, so to speak, in that digestive area. Does that help, Tim?
There's
Go
there's
ahead.
also Dr. Riggs also recommended that if somebody has that severe bloating at the beginning, that maybe they need to start with the cleanse and restore kit first and then incorporate MetaPWR after going through that for 1 month. Another suggestion that he made, and this is what I did at the beginning, was I added in peppermint soft gels after taking the MetaPWR Advantage, and that helped reduce the IBS type feelings that I was getting after using Advantage.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I forgot that. Yes, we've been on several calls with Dr. Riggs, and he is an incredible wealth of knowledge.
Sandy said, "Who, Dr. Riggs?" He's from doTERRA. All right, Sandy, what were you going to say? Let me pin you really quick. So I have a MetaPWR packet, right? So like once you open it, it's activated, or no? Do you freeze it or what? But he said no. You just mix half of it and drink it. So that's kind of
Yeah,
what I
literally.
don't. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Tell me.
literally you just take half of the packet, and then you can actually, I think, reseal them with like a hot iron, flat iron. You can reseal those packets. You can cut them and reseal them. Hopefully that's helpful. or you can just mix half and then fold half of it and then mix the other half later.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Ramona. Yes, yeah.
I promise I will get you there was a specific thing that doTERRA said about the stevia, and I will make sure that when I send out this recording, that I also send that included, because I just don't remember where I have it in all of my information, but I'll make sure you have that as well. Is there anybody else that would like to share? All right. Until I get somebody else, I'm just going to go through with people who are on the call real quick. Let me see here. Let's just go back here real quick. I will just share my screen and we'll just go through. And if you still want to share, no worries. We'll go back. Here was where we were there. I don't know if any of Mandy Summers or Roxy Ray, but we were all on the incentive trip, and we all had this opportunity to talk to Emily Wright. So it was so fascinating when she really said, oh my goodness, you guys are onto something when you started mixing all three of the packets together. So this was our talk that night. We stayed late and we had conversations for quite some time about it. So super awesome. So what is the MetaPWR system? For those who are watching or who might be on this call and don't know what it is, it was a system designed to target our metabolic health in a way that was going to do all of the things that were all encompassing, right? Shrinking fat cells, helping stabilize our glucose levels, and also targeting our cellular energy. And this is done by the different parts in this system, right? So the MetaPWR oil, you can put in your water, or you can put it in, you can take the beadlets or the gum between meals, or you can take the soft gels as well. I take 2 soft gels in the morning. When I get up in the morning, it just seems to help me not be so hungry early in the day and that sort of thing. So I drink the MetaPWR oil throughout the day in my water all day long. So it is I call it my magic oil. I love it. The MetaPWR Assist is the glucose support. It has berberine and mulberry leaf extract in it, and it really helps to be able to take those glucose spikes that we have after we eat a carby meal or some sugar in our diet, and it helps to be able to flatten that so that we're not spiking and crashing all the time. This is helping to stabilize it so that our body is able to process the food in the way that we can without the cellular aging that comes along with that. And then the MetaPWR Advantage, which is the collagen plus NMN in it, and that is the cellular energy that we feel. I think it was Wanda, maybe, if I got her name right, who said that she couldn't believe how much energy she felt. And this product is one of those that helps with that energy. And it also helps with our joints, hair, nails, skin. I mean, it's amazing what this product has done. And this is just a sample of the daily schedule of what it could look like as far as morning, daytime, evening. Everyone is different, and they labeled this personal wellness realized for a reason. Everyone is different, and so you have to find what works for you and then go from there. I highly suggest, if you haven't started the lifelong vitality along with MetaPWR, to definitely do that. It is the foundation for all of our supplements that we take. And by adding them together, it's such a powerhouse combination. And so why is the MetaPWR kit the best deal? Well, it gives you the best bang for your buck, right? So if you were to add up all of these items individually, it would be $202.25. Unless you were to do it through a wellness advocate, right? If you did it online through doTERRA, they actually charge you more. So it'd be $237.25. But the kit is only $179, you guys. So that means it's a savings of $58.25. That's a huge difference. In my opinion, this is the best bang for the buck to get the whole system. And I just wanted to point out that between last call and this call, we had some products launch, right? I did say that we had coming soon products, and now the MetaPWR Recharge is available in the wild strawberry and the lemon lime flavor. So it provides now a balance of electrolytes, including potassium and sodium. Also increases cellular hydration with the baobab tree extract and 75 trace minerals. And so they do recommend that you drink this in a larger amount of water so that it's heavily diluted. It's not like the Advantage where you want to do it in a small amount of water. You want to drink it in a lot of water so that you're getting the taste is very potent if you don't do it that way. So make sure that you're drinking it in quite a bit of water and you'll love it. The flavor is great. And then one more thing here, the MetaPWR Advantage in the pomegranate cherry flavor. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love this flavor way more than the other one that we have. And so it is still available. It is a limited time only product. And so as of right now, it's still available for purchase. So don't wait on that. I think that if we wait, we'll miss out on that flavor if you're hoping to get that. So, all right, let's see here what I missed. Did I miss anything, Romana? You want to?
Yeah, I found the information that you're looking for, and I put it in the chat. If you want to read it out, I'll start coughing if I do that right now.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Romana, for being with us tonight. You've been sick, and so I am grateful that you're on our call with us. Okay, so this is from our product support team. We source our steviol glycosides from stevia leaf. There are no artificial sweeteners in any of our products. MetaPWR Advantage includes fermented stevia, a natural, non-nutritive, and highly intensity sweetener with negligible glycemic impact. So, let's see here. Romana said, it's possible there will be an unsweetened version of MetaPWR Advantage. However, taste, including sweetness, is a very subjective. We go to great lengths to design products that will appeal to the largest number of consumers, but acknowledge that we aren't likely to provide a taste that's loved by everyone due to the varying taste preferences. All of our supplement ingredients are first selected based on strict requirements. Every ingredient is tested by third party to confirm it is free of contaminants, including heavy metals, bacteria, and other contaminants specific to the ingredients. If there is any risk that it might be present, after this testing at the raw ingredient stage, it is then tested again after the finished product is manufactured. We also ensure that there is an adequate documentation of results for each test throughout the process. This puts our quality at the highest level. So I hope that is helpful for those wondering about the stevia portion or aspect of what's in our product. I think it's good to copy and paste that if you are wanting that information, because it is different than just stevia that's in a lot of different drinks and sweeteners and that sort of thing. Tim, did that help?
Yes, most definitely.
Awesome.
And Vern wants to add to that. Let's go.
Sure.
Let me pick a second. Give me a second. Okay, Vern, go ahead. So yeah. So I understand about the stevia, but anything about the yeast? So like I'm a bread maker, right? So I've made plenty of yeast rolls and what have you. I was wondering, does anyone know anything about the yeast in it?
Yes, I hopefully will have that.
If I remember correctly, that has to do with the fermentation of the stevia.
Yes, exactly. I do have it right here. Let me just. And actually, Dr. Oscathorpe did a podcast on it. I will put this in the chat. Just give me a second here because I thought I did listen to this and I thought it was very helpful. Second. Copy, paste. And let me just see. Yeah, so somebody else did say the yeast is just a carrier for the active ingredients like the NMN and resveratrol. The yeast is then rendered inactive during the freeze drying process. The yeast is dead and will not multiply or grow. Somebody also who had said, I have a yeast allergy and have been able to take this product daily because it does not affect me. So, if that's helpful. Did we answer those questions, Tim?
Yeah, very helpful. Thank
Awesome. You're very welcome. I'm so happy to help. All right. Is there anybody else tonight that wanted to share their testimony? If not, we'll just end early and we can continue next month. But I'm happy to be on if there's people who are wanting to share.
you. 1 second. Well, while they're working that out, I'll share something. Let
Sure,
me get
Tim. Yeah.
on my yeah. So I've said when I first joined this group that my mom is in a nursing home. She's deaf. That's where I get the skills at, right? Thank God for that. So mom is a big diabetic, like ever since I was a kid. A1C going into the nursing home was 11.4. And we try to play around experiment with the MetaPWR Assist. So we do one a day. Her sugars were 500 to 600 every single day like that. Like Alicia was talking about the spikes to drop, the spikes to drop. So we did one a day, got her down to like 400 to 500 to 600. I was like, I know it can do better than that. So I did two a day. It brought it down some more, some 200 to 400, sometimes 500, but that range. Well, I'm happy to say now we found out what, and everybody's going to be different, but it works for her body. She takes one in the morning and two before supper. And mama texts me every day, twice a day with her sugar numbers. Okay. So I'm just going to read some of them to you. Today was 206. This morning was 90. And when I give you these numbers, it's going to be even in the morning, and then 140, 147, 197, 145, 325. That's the highest it's been in a long time, but I don't want to sugarcoat. I'm just going to be honest with you. 108, 89, 219, 132, 94, 239, 105, 98. So you see the numbers are, they're not 500, 600 anymore. And then one morning she texted me, she's like, the nurse didn't give me a shot. I thought the nurse forgot, but she said, no, it was too low. So I'm very thankful that we have a natural product. Will she ever get off the shots? I don't know, because the damage is already done, but she's not spiking and dropping. So that's amazing. Thank you, doTERRA.
That's amazing, Tim. Thank you so much for sharing. I did have a question. You said that she takes one in the morning and two in the evening, but I can't remember what you said that she took.
Oh, MetaPWR System. I'm so sorry.
That's
well,
okay.
I mean, she takes the MetaPWR System, but we know the assist is phenomenal for keeping that A1C in check. And So she's taking one. I mean, okay. So what she's doing all day? Sorry, she does the oil throughout the day. She loves the gum. She don't like the beetlets, which is okay. I don't really like them. She drinks the collagen every morning, and she takes the nurses have on the computer like time 15 minutes before supper to give her the assist. But while I'm talking about that, so now I've heard that 15 or 30 minutes don't even it's not even really important anymore, right? You just take it before you eat. Is that correct?
Yes, it is actually correct. From some of the things in the testing that they're doing, it doesn't even necessarily matter. And I have seen that in my own when I was doing my continuous glucose monitor. I was seeing that actually when I was taking the assist, even as I was eating, I could still see my numbers going down that started to go up, going like coming back down. So it was pretty fascinating to me seeing it. I definitely think that just take it no matter when it is, not 15 minutes before. If you're in the middle of your dinner and you haven't taken it, still take it. You'll get those benefits for sure.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, that's very helpful.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then Romana said MetaPWR Assist was designed to support our blood glucose levels and has helped many of us. She is no longer pre-diabetic thanks to MetaPWR Assist. And I remember the day when she shared with me her numbers from her doctor when she came back and said she's no longer pre-diabetic. We were blown away. So I am so grateful for this system and everyone that it's helping. So I couldn't believe that. Yeah, we've been doing these calls now a year, and I have heard so many stories from everyone who have been on these calls, and I'm just grateful. And Romana did say she didn't change her diet, just added MetaPWR. So it's been fascinating. There's always things to work on in our metabolic health journeys, but this system is helping and changing so many lives. So, is there anyone else we missed that would like to share?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'll tell my testimony of this.
Thank you.
I started MetaPWR just after convention, and my wife and I, we took pictures. And then right away, I lost the taste for sweets. If I see chocolate, I'm eating it. If I see sweet stuff, I just eat it. But that following the next day, I lost all interest in sweets. And then people started noticing that we looking better. And so we looked at some more pictures, and we noticed we lost our love handles on our sides. So you really definitely need to take pictures, because if you don't know, other people do, and you're going to see why. And when I started, I weighed 192 pounds, and now I figured my ideal weight was 185. And after 3 weeks of taking this, I started noticing a weight loss, and now I'm 180, and I myself saying I'm looking good now for 69 years old. I like it. I like what I see, and I give blood every 2 months. And when I first started, I have hemochromatosis. That's where your body cannot absorb iron correctly, I believe that is. And my hemoglobin was at 18. And if it's above 20, they won't take my blood. But ever since I've been taking MetaPWR, my hemoglobin's been between 15 and 16. And there's times where my nurse is taking the blood, says my blood pressure is nearly perfect. So, and then lately I've noticed I'm having less joint pain. And the only thing I'm doing different is I'm taking the recharge now. Maybe that's because I was hydrated and my cells weren't getting the fluids. I don't know. I'm not the scientist, but I'm seeing great results, and I'm getting in the habit of doing this every day. So Well, that's my testimonial.
Oh, Thomas, thank you so much for sharing. I love it when people are saying, oh my goodness, I'm starting to notice the changes, right? And what I found interesting with you is that you said, okay, I was taking it and I didn't notice the weight loss piece for 3 weeks, right? And then you started maybe realizing that there were some changes. And then now you're starting to see the joint discomfort going down, which I, as a massage therapist, I think it was about 2 to 3 months in when my joints started to not ache anymore. And especially in winter in Montana, my joints used to ache all the time. And so I found that really fascinating that you said that, because I think what's people are noticing is it's all in a different order, right? So like some people notice the inflammation piece first, or the weight loss piece first, or the joint discomfort first starts to go down, or they start noticing their eye changes first, right? So people are seeing some changes in different orders that they're happening. And I find that fascinating. I study the body, right, in massage therapy. And I think that it's just amazing to me how different this system can work for so many different people. And so, yeah, I think it's fascinating that you said that you're still noticing things in a different order. And so I just say your body is changing and doing things in the order that's it's needing, and just keep it up. And I can't wait to see like what next you notice, because I do think that there are more certain things that I have seen in other people that maybe that comes later for somebody, or somebody notices their skin changing. But you said, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that take pictures, because you don't ever know until you take pictures, right? I think that was you. So, all right. Sandy has her hand up next.
Yeah, so it's me, Vern. So I've been looking into our doTERRA page, taking some free classes and things like that. And I took the MetaPWR course. Woo! Wow! Right? Or the wow, wow. So I have, because I was talking about it with a few customers, and they said, well, who told you that? Who recommends to take this? And how do where do you do this in the LLV? I'm like, well, the doctor did, because there's doctors at doTERRA. Okay. Oh, why doTERRA? Because, I mean, you do what the doctor office says. Everything's based on doctors, right? There you go. So, I mean, people just want to come up with excuses, things like that. Well, I've just, I go to another doctor recommendation, or I prefer a natural doctor. But, I prefer my doctor's, doTERRA's doctor versus my doctor. Okay, more natural approach. So I'm happy to see that. And I think he's getting hooked on doTERRA too, because he's been asking me questions, seeing the difference. I love it.
That's so great. Thank you for sharing.
Alicia,
Yes.
um,
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, they're
Nope,
still
Go
talking?
ahead. Go ahead, Tim.
Ramona, you're first, and then we'll go with Swift. Go ahead.
Okay. Cindy asked in the comments, and I don't know if you saw this, Alicia. She asked if anyone has ever received any negative experiences from those who took MetaPWR, even after 30 days. And I'm going to answer this. I want to see if I'm answering her question correctly. I asked her to explain it, but I have a feeling I'm thinking the right thing. So there are many of us who I'll share my testimony. I wasn't going to talk tonight, but there are many of us who, after 30 days, saw a massive, massive difference. My picture is one of the ones that is in that screenshot that Alicia shares. Of I lost what 17 inches in like 2 months in my waist and bust area. But since then, I have lost no inches. I have lost no weight. I've actually gained weight, but I had to start looking to see what is MetaPWR actually doing for me. And it turns out that what it's actually doing for me was a lot of internal work, as in no longer pre-diabetic, as in I did not have to go on depression and anxiety meds because of the power of MetaPWR. If you look at this picture, I don't know, Alicia, can you like circle around it? There you go, in the pink shirt right there on the side. I I had to really take a moment and step back because I actually at one point I told Alicia I don't think this is working for me. And this was with me taking pictures. This was with me doing the right things. And I realized that, and over the past 6 to 9 months, I've really realized some other things. Like it got me healthy enough on the inside to be able to have a major surgery I needed to have. It also helped, it's also apparently been repairing some bone issues that I have. I have some bone degeneration in my bones, in my hips and lower back, and apparently it's been working on that. And that's not something you can tell. It's not something that you can notice. So I always tell people whenever they're like, it's not working for me anymore, or it's not doing what it should be doing for me. I ask them to stop and reflect. Where where were you? Where was your mindset when you first started? Where are you now? Where is your energy level when you first started? Where are you now? Where's your sleep when you first started? Where are you now? Are you a better person to be around? Like, do people like you better because you don't want to kill everybody? Like, these are actual thoughts I've had to tell myself. So, for me, when it comes to, is there a negative experience? No, I think the negative experience is actually what's going on in our head, and we have to figure out what the positive is to overcome that negative mindset. I hope that answers your question, Cindy.
Yeah, and I thank you, Ramona. I can attest to that because there are a lot of people who haven't seen, I guess the one biggest thing that I have noticed in my circle is, yeah, but the weight's not coming off. The scale isn't moving. Well, if I ask them to take a picture of what they looked like when they started, or even find a picture for me of one that they look like when they started and one that they look like they take one side by side, I actually will stitch the picture together side by side and we can see the differences. So I would just say that it could be working like Ramona said in different ways, but that's where we go to first and then troubleshoot from there. Like Ramona said, cleanse and restore might be what your body needs before starting MetaPWR. So maybe backing off of the MetaPWR and starting the cleanse and restore kit first, and then going back to starting that. It may be helpful for somebody who's maybe not seeing the results that they were looking for, so to speak.
So let's start with Wanda, and then we'll go to Linda, and then we'll finish up with Sandy.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, Chatty, give me a second. Oh crap, I hit the wrong button. Give me a second. There we go. So yeah, so I'm in the same shoes as Ramona, right? So I have some bone degeneration going on. It's like bone on bone, and it is terrible, right? So knee pain was out through the roof. I couldn't walk because I was, overweight, whatever. So it's just, I mean, I'll be honest, like this is what I was happening with me. I struggled with my weight. So my mentality, I just had to overcome that and do something with my health, like with diet. Because like I said earlier, I was on a diet prior to doTERRA. I was going every Tuesday for a weight loss clinic or class, whatever you want to call it, that helped me to, I don't know, just to further educate myself, to have a mindset, what I was able to eat and not eat, and just to teach me how to eat based on nutrition. So that way I could just focus on my personal health. And since that 1 month, the next month I started MetaPWR, and I went and I tried that. Woo! Yeah, that is my energy was through the roof. And I try not to have those negative thoughts or get paranoid or whatever, because I don't have time for that. I just want to focus on myself. And like I said, I've been on for 5 months, and I feel like my knee is like just non-existent with pain. But I mean, don't get me wrong though. If I turn the wrong way or something, oh yeah, it's like, oh, there it is. I do have to be careful, but it's like it's not a daily struggle, but it does take time. Also, it takes some time for your mindset and for you to achieve the goals that you're looking for, that you're just wanting to get your better health. And my goal is my health. If weight comes along with that, that's great, right? So, but don't zero in on the weight itself. just focus on your body and just take care of yourself. That's just my 2 cents. I hope I helped Sandy and everybody else there. Linda, let me pin you. Okay, go ahead. So I take the beetlets, okay? I take them 3 times a day with food. And at night I take the assist with supper, and it works very well. And I've noticed just my tummy itself is not as, what do you call it, just puffy or bloated or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but that's what I've noticed with that. So I just want to share that. And then last, Sandy, let me pin her. Make sure that Tim was watching. So you said, so you can recommend to do a 30-day detox and stop the MetaPWR, or continue the MetaPWR and detox at the same time, or say that again if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead, Ramona.
You want to detox and then MetaPWR. So when you detox, what you're doing is you're cleansing out the bad stuff that's been overgrowing in your gut, so that the MetaPWR will then work when you add it back in. So detox first, then MetaPWR.
So 30 days, right?
Yeah. So the cleanse and restore kit is meant for 30 days. There are some people that may need to do it a couple of months in a row, like repeat it once or twice. If they have especially if they have an overgrowth of candida, like they've been on antibiotics for a long period of time in their life, or they have eaten a really, really, really unhealthy lifestyle for many, many, many years, or there was another one, they may have parasites, something like that. If they have something like that, they may need to repeat the cleanse and restore kit for about 2 or 3 months and then try the MetaPWR, but they'll know, like they'll have energy will come back. They won't have the fatigue and brain fog and things that typically come with all those negative things that I said.
One second, Sandy. Cindy, give me a second. Oh, somebody else, Cindy. Oh, okay. She's talking to somebody else. Sorry. Go ahead.
Is there somebody else, Tim? Or did we get them all?
No, we're good. We're good. She's talking to
Okay.
somebody.
Awesome. All right. Well, if nobody else has any other questions, we will wrap up for tonight. Our next MetaPWR call will be, let's see, March 26th, which is the last Tuesday in March. So we will look forward to then. I do try to send out the replays. It might be longer than tomorrow. Sorry. We just have to bear with us as we're traveling to leadership and that sort of thing. But we look forward to being with you all and continuing. Like I said, I will work from my end on getting some of the ALS things better. I'm so sorry. I thought I had the transcript on and I thought we were able to, but we will work on that. So I hope you all have a blessed night. Thank you so much for being with us. And somebody did ask where to find the replays. The replays are all on my YouTube channel. Let me just do youtube.com @Alicia Matisse. I think is Ramona. Is that it? Can you check that for? Oh, hold on. Sorry. I just sent that to the one person. Let me send that to everyone. And I think that's it. That's where the replays are. I do try to send them out in the email as well. Might not happen tomorrow, but we'll work on it. So we are flying, and hopefully if I can get internet on the flight, I will be working on this. But otherwise, when it is uploaded, if you want to subscribe to the channel, then you just know firsthand if it's uploaded, then it's just right there. So super helpful for those looking for it right away. So otherwise, you can watch all of the past ones. You guys, tonight we've been doing this for a whole year. So I am so blessed and honored that we have enough people who want to continue to do this every month, that it is helpful for, that we can come together and do this as a group. So keep sharing, and everyone is welcome. And we hope to see you again next month. And those who are going to leadership, I hope you will reach out and say hi. I would love to meet you in person if we haven't already met. All right. You're so welcome. Thank you guys for joining us.